I just wanted to talk about the young Dolph murder. Basically, one of the co-conspirators of the young Dolph assassination was just given life in prison. I think he was given life in prison based off of basically giving testimony and giving up other co-conspirators to that assassination in Memphis, I believe, somewhere in a cookie shop. And all I have to say about it is that when it comes to, and this is the similar thing that happened to Nipsey Hussle. When you start making money and you achieve success, meaning you become a millionaire. A millionaire in the United States is a 1%. A 1% as far as the overall population. Only 1% of people are millionaires or higher or billionaires, right? So when you achieve that level, you might not think it's a big deal, but it is a big deal. It's a major deal. And when you achieve that level of success, you have to separate yourself from everybody else. You should not be easily able to be approached. I do think that young Dolph took security measures, such as he had his cars bulletproofed, equipped with bulletproof exterior. Yet when you get out the car, you're not bulletproof, right? So the way you bulletproof yourself is, okay, I know you like those cookies, right? You could get somebody to order those cookies or pick those cookies up for you. You have to move totally different when you become, basically wealthy, when you become rich like that. I mean, I think young Dolph allegedly, I think they said he had over 100 properties. He would take his entertainment money and put it into real estate, which was extremely smart, extremely intelligent. Everybody that pretty much got money, for the most part, has some element of their wealth in real estate. So he definitely was up on basically real estate and leveraging real estate to grow his assets. So he was doing the right thing, but sometimes you could do the right thing in other areas, and then other areas you do terrible things, such as sometimes you got, it's not difficult for me because my parents separated us from the hood a long time ago. Back in the 80s, I used to live in a section of Chicago called the Low End. It's now called Bronzeville because gentrification came back, and now it's Bronzeville. But in the 80s, it was terrible. It was called the Low End, and we moved to the suburbs. And it's nothing for me to look back and leave the hood or whatever. I'm in the hood now because I'm investing in the hood. But the thing is, some people, that's all they know because that's where they grew up. Fortunately for me, I ain't grow up in the hood. I don't really even really fit in. I don't even really talk to nobody. I just try to fix my house up, and I'm trying to get it on the market. That's pretty much my it's like a mission I'm on, and that's pretty much it. But it's some people that grew up in the hood. They went to high school in the hood. They went to grammar school in the hood. That's all they know, and they can't give the hood up. But I'm telling you, if you are on that level of success, look at Nipsey Hussle. Now you got young Dolph. You got countless other individuals that tell you you have to give up that environment. You have to get away from people that are lower class. You have to stay within your class, your 1 percentile class is something that you achieved. You might be surprised that you got to that level. However you got there, you have to stay within that. At least, at the very least, you could be in a middle class area or upper middle class area, not in the hood buying cookies or donuts or whatever the hell. I don't care if it's ice cream. I don't care if they got the best ice cream in wherever you from. You can't go get that ice cream. You got to go send somebody. They got all kind of apps nowadays for you to go get whatever food you want or whatever task you want done. You pay somebody to go do that for you and get what you want and bring it to you. You know, you can have, let me tell you, I'm gonna give you a tip, because I mean, I ain't necessarily rich, but I think I know how to be rich. You know, most of rich people that are rich and wealthy, they gradually got to that point, and they learned things over time, and they studied the rich and wealthy, and they got to that point. Well, I'm gonna tell you what rich and wealthy people do. A lot of rich and wealthy people do have some type of business, and what they have is called an executive assistant. An executive assistant, you could pay them anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000 a year. You could get them bonuses on holidays, whatever the case may be. But that executive assistant, his job or her job is to do things like that. Go get you some coffee. Go get you some cookies that you really like somewhere. Go get you some cheesecake across town. That's what your executive assistant does for you. They do all the little things that you don't necessarily want to do, and you pay them for it. And basically you have them on your staff, and then they basically go get little tasks and do little tasks for you and take care of like things in an emergency. They're on call. That's what you do to basically go do little small tasks where you don't have to go do it. Okay, you want to go get some Harold's chicken in the south side of Chicago, and it's the best Harold's, and you don't go yourself and go get that. You send your executive assistant to go get that. Or how about go to DoorDash. I mean, DoorDash, Postmates, or whatever, and let them, deliver your food to you. Pay a little extra. I mean, people will do it. So, anyways, that's what I have to say. You don't want to be anywhere near like around people that are gunning for you. Especially if you're in that type of life where you're an ex-hood dude that came up and you got people gunning for you. You want to get away from those people. And the way you get away, I mean, I'm not saying they can't come and get you on some Scarface type stuff. Sosa, he sent a whole bunch of goons to get Scarface. If they got to get you like that, I mean, okay, that's fine. You get prepared for that. But they didn't get Nipsey Hussle like that at his house. They didn't get young Dolph at his house. They got them in the hood. They were in the hood. Nipsey, he was conducting business. I mean, he had a store in the hood. That's a whole nother story. I mean, I kind of talk about that. I gotta release some videos from my Patreon, because I don't even have Patreon anymore. But I'm gonna try to release some of those videos. But yeah, you don't want to be nowhere near around people that don't value life, don't really have that much, or on survival mode. You gotta separate yourself from those people. Unfortunately, for some people, that is very difficult for people to do. Okay, I totally understand separating myself. I have no problems with that, but because I don't have that attachment like that. But for some people, they have so much of an attachment to the quote-unquote hood or ghetto, they don't want to leave it. So that's all I have to say. Basically, that's the guy that just got sentenced for life. He basically did it for $800. You can do DoorDash for about 4 or 5 days, and you can make $800. And he got life sentence for $800 for killing somebody. Basically he promised them more money, but they only really got in the end $800. Okay. Probably in young Dolph's pocket was more than that, and they basically killed the man over less than $1,000. So just think of that, where somebody's so thirsty for $1,000 that they willing to kill you for less than $1,000. You don't want to be nowhere near people like that. So it's just something to think about. It's a lesson to be learned. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say about it.